Hey guys, Brady here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm looking at the highly anticipated title from Hello Games called No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is an exploration game which starts players on a random world and tasks them with repairing a damaged ship. Once the ship has been repaired, the player is able to then leave the planet and explore more of what the galaxy has to offer. There are almost an infinite number of planets to explore, resources to harvest, and commodities to trade. Ultimately, the goal is to reach the galactic core, though this is no easy task as the game is incredibly huge. In terms of gameplay, No Man's Sky is played from a first-person perspective. Players are outfitted with a survival exosuit and multi-tool. The exosuit enables the player to survive on various planets and also serve as protection against harsh environments found on some planets. The multi-tool features a mining tool needed for harvesting resources and can also be outfitted with a combat mode for encounters with hostile life forms or the pesky sentinels that roam the many worlds. The gameplay from moment to moment is mostly scanning fauna and flora in order for them to be discovered as new species and harvesting minerals and flora. The former helps with earning units, the game's currency, while the latter can be used to craft upgrades for your tool, suit and ship. This can be quite addictive, especially when finding some worthwhile upgrades to install. Some of the flora and minerals can look very much the same on two different planets, however the fauna seems to be a little more diverse as the player travels to more planets. As mentioned before, No Man's Sky does feature combat and can sometimes happen while harvesting resources. Many a time a sentinel will open fire on your position due to a line being crossed with taking something from a planet that shouldn't really be taken. Taking them down is fairly easy, however the combat isn't really all that enjoyable. This is possibly due to the auto-aim being so aggressive, making missing shots somewhat unlikely. The lack of a challenge makes it very hard to die, and if by some miracle you do manage to die, there's no real consequence for it. You simply go back to where you died and collect your items, similar to Dark Souls, only the latter offers more of a challenge. The game also features dogfights, but these tend to be rather bland due to not much skill being needed to defeat enemy ships. That and the fact that the combat is fairly bare bones doesn't help. There are no countermeasures or missiles available, only a machine gun type weapon and a laser type weapon, both of which suffer from the same aggressive auto-aim as the multi-tool. If you take enough damage, your ship's shield will go down, forcing you to open a menu to recharge it using one of the available oxides in the game. This, of course, doesn't pause the action and leaves you vulnerable to further attacks. It's not really a great situation to find yourself in. This is worsened if you're outnumbered by other ships, as any attempt at combat will mean a rather quick death. Being a game which has space travel, No Man's Sky features different alien races that you can encounter. Talking to them at first is a confusing affair, but as players find more alien structures, they are able to gradually learn the language. This makes communication a little easier while also making it possible to complete some of the game's puzzles. Admittedly, it is quite enjoyable learning the languages. The various alien races themselves, however, are unfortunately a little boring. They just kind of stand around waiting for you to talk to them and can be somewhat underwhelming. Visually, No Man's Sky is quite a good looking game most of the time. Unfortunately, when speeding along the surface of a planet, the game suffers from some pop-in textures. Other than that, it looks great. This is especially true with regards to their environment, as players will see many interesting locations during their travels. It truly is a sight to behold. No Man's Sky is an enjoyable game, but does unfortunately seem to suffer in a few areas that drag it down. The harvesting of resources is a breeze thanks to the multi-tool, and traveling to planets is a lot of fun, especially with how easy it is to enter and leave a planet's atmosphere. What's also great is the space travel itself, since you're able to head in almost any direction of your choosing. That being said, the aspects of the game where it suffers can sometimes distract from the experience, which it really is a pity. If you like this review, please don't forget to hit that like button, and please also remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.